Welcome back to Weebology. I am your gasless Professor Ricky.
What is up, folks? I am Ethan.
We're currently in a gas shortage right now. I'm confined home. Thank God I filled up serendipitously, and I didn't hear the news. And then the day after, like, somebody hacked a gas pipeline for cash, and now the entire Southeast is screwed. So, who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
That's what did it.
I think
right.
it wasn't our reliance on that shit. But I don't know. Like, it was every gas station's a madhouse. Everything is going nuts right now. But we're here. We're here for y'all.
For sure. And we're doing a first for us, which is a tier list. Now, all of these options down below are the tippity top of the freaking iceberg.
Right.
Absolutely summit of anime for most people. And we are going to try to delineate amongst those into these tiers here.
Yeah, so you'll notice trash. We have to deliberate what is trash amongst this group, right? Yes.
Right,
We're not saying it is objectively trash, but against the others, is it trash? Right.
Because, I mean, I would say all of these are at least A tier just in general. Maybe like B tier is the lowest I would go on a lot of these.
Well, some.
Well, I'm just saying in general,
yeah,
right?
Right.
So that would be a pretty boring to put everything in S, A, B, you know what I mean? So that's kind of that's what's going on here. And I did want to say, if a show has not been watched by either of us, then it'll obviously go in haven't watched. But if one of us have seen the show and the other hasn't, it's gonna be just whoever's.
It's on them.
Basically what we decide.
Right.
Yeah.
So another element, because I haven't eaten yet. I'm eating some very extremely spicy Korean ramen right now, and boy howdy, I'm feeling the burn, Ethan. So that's another element to this. So if I start sweating profusely and my voice starts getting real raspy because I'm on fire, you have to deal with that. But we'll get there when we get there.
Oh, and one last thing I wanted to say is, so basically we're gonna put them all up here on the tier list. And then we're going to do like a final like pruning at the end in case like we realize one needs to be higher or lower.
I assume there will be some, in pruning, like during you're like, it's not higher than this one. Does this have to move down? We got to mix it up in the middle. So you know what? Just get fucking to it. Let's get to it. Let's hit the top. What's our first one?
The first one is Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh man. I mean, it is It was kind of like one of the OPs, right? I mean, like the originals, and I feel like S is right, but does it stand pinnacle?
No, this is a solid A or B.
Really?
At best, compared to like actual double S's that are potentially in here.
Well, remind me the name of the writer again. Help me out.
I mean, that put me on the spot.
I know. I forgot his name, and it's gonna
head.
mess me up. And when I get there, I'm gonna
Hunter
guy. So I think he refined his craft later, but it really set the groundwork for a lot of good things. I'd be okay with A. I could see it in S. We'll see how it goes, but I can see it in A for now.
I mean, I would say for its time period, yeah, it was S, but now that you've got all this other stuff, it's hard to
It's been refined. So you know what? We'll keep it in A. If we see the sauce for S, we're in. All right, what's good?
Now it's One Piece.
Oh, no. The fan base knows this has been a long-running meme that tried to get me to actually watch this show. Guys, it's over 1,000 episodes. Ethan, where would you put it? Be objective.
I mean, it's minimum S. It's potentially double S.
Okay. I'm curious to hear you say that. I would have thought you would put it at the top because it's in terms of runtime, international like showings and just sales. Like, I don't know if you can put it anywhere but SS just from the numbers standpoint.
Yeah, no, that's totally true. It's just there's something about it, right? Like it is 100% like the anime,
yeah,
right?
It's the one, right?
But like the question is, I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard when you have 1,000 episodes. It really starts like, in my opinion, not devaluing the story, but it really makes it hard to stack it up against a show with like 24 or something like that, right?
Right.
And so I'm I'm good with SS or S. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna probably move to SS anyway later.
That's probably smart. Okay, we'll put an S for now, but I truly think it. You know what? Fuck it. I'd rather move it down than up. Put an SS.
Fair.
Put it in SS. It's top tier.
All right, now Full Metal Alchemist, the original, not the Brotherhood.
Original.
Not the Brotherhood.
I'm gonna put this in. I'd personally put this in B, because it had a good game going. It was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood up to a certain point, and it had the Game of Thrones effect where they decided to deviate at the last second to a really weird ending, but it was thought-provoking. So I think B for me, the original Full Metal.
I would be willing. Like B, I think is a reasonable spot for it, but I would almost be willing to go C.
What?
Like it was good for sure,
right.
But
what?
I mean, not even. It's the same. It's a worse version of the story they already made. You know?
Right. I think it's in this list, middle of the road. It's a classic in its own right, but again, when it got the right ending, like the manga ending, then it elevates. So I'm keeping it B. I'm cool with that.
All right, fair. So Death Note, I think for me it's a double S, like guaranteed. No matter
it's a double S for two reasons. One, all of aside from it being such a mainstay anime, people talk about it to this day and dissect it to death. It is the suggestible anime to the new anime fan, right? In our
100%.
frame of work, what's an anime I should get into?
Right.
Death Note. Easy, right?
And I think it's literally applicable to anyone. Anyone will like this anime.
Okay. I think comments will say, what about that second half? It really started to... So...
Who gives a shit? It had such a good game going. It was like triple platinum by the time it got to the second half. And then, oh no, it only went one platinum. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's still platty, though. All right, we'll keep Death Note SS. Okay.
So this is Hitman Reborn. It's a show that I personally love a lot, right? But
of what I've seen... B or A.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to call it similar to you, Hakusho, and here's why. I think they both had pretty terrible last arcs.
Okay.
This one's just bad in general, and I think this one's last arc just didn't get the time that it needed to actually like do what it was supposed to do. Because the story for this is really, really intriguing and just like a really interesting overall kind of like...
It had to...
I don't want to call it a power system. It's just got like time travel.
Mechanics.
It's got like divine providence.
Yeah.
Like it's just got so much interesting shit.
That's a fair point.
And but it was a very difficult story to get right. And unfortunately, I don't think they got it exactly right.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I pit these two together from what I've seen, I don't know if I can put Hugh and Reborn in the same class. Reborn just felt a click lower. I don't know if the middle section elevated it to A for you, but if it has, and I haven't seen it, I'm cool with leaving it there, but I'd put it in B.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. The last season of this is just absolutely terrible, in my opinion.
It's aight.
It's so
coming
bad.
off. It's coming off.
So bad.
It's coming off arguably one of, if not the best tournament arcs in shonen history. Like, I think that's what it is. It's just this huge de-escalation. So I'm cool with it here, A for now. But we're starting to get things on the board.
I mean, I mean that's what's gonna be good is we can move it at the end. So Code Geass.
As much as I don't like mech, S.
I'm saying same thing.
I'm not a mech guy. I think but the story is just.
I don't think it really is quite the peer to Death Note as you would originally think.
Right.
Because I just think there's so much going on. Right. This feels like. You know, Death Note is a story that, like, has a lot going on. It's kind of, like, technical, but it's not, like, you know, world conflicts, right? There's just so much going on in Code Geass.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it is, right? They're both stories that tell about the human element in certain areas, but I feel like Death Note's more, like purified. Like, it really gets to the heart of what they're both talking about in much less time and do it in much more clean fashion. So... I'm cool with S. I think it does deserve to be near the top, but doesn't quite hit Death Note level for me. I'm literally eating our spicy takes as we speak. My God. I'm feeling our burn.
All right. Pokemon. So nostalgia-wise, this is a clear double S, but in terms of the actual show, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with it. It's actually, what's funny is the most recent stuff has felt a lot better. Like, it really has. But we have to look at it all as a whole, right? The show, we got to ignore nostalgia. I'm calling it a...
Well, I would say this is like the first 255 episodes is what I would say this is.
I want you to see this. If you didn't know it from the card games or from the games, where would you put I would put it at a B. But does it compare to the original Full Metal? Ooh.
I think it's a C.
Oh.
I genuinely think it's a C.
Another bite of the spicy ramen. There it is. I don't know, man.
But I mean, it's pure nostalgia, right? Like, if anyone really thinks this was a super great show, I mean, that's a pure nostalgia take.
Right.
It definitely was not, like, technically sound very good. Like, it was a fun story. It was nice to like watch Ash, Misty, and Brock do their thing in their Pokemon. Yeah, right. But, you know, in general,
and you gotta think, who is it built for? It wasn't built for who we are now. It was built for who we are then.
Yeah, like 6-year-olds.
Yeah, it was built for who we are then. So if I had to rewatch it now, I'm watching it for nostalgia, baby. Yeah, you're right.
I did rewatch it actually in college, and
did it hold?
I mean, exactly what I'm saying. It was pretty rough.
Okay, C it is for now.
Okay, Brotherhood. I think this is a guaranteed double S. Right?
It's one of the most refined pieces of anime I've ever seen. This goes to show what follow through can do for an IP. Look at where Full Metal is. It's a B because they just like skirt way off course. And Brotherhood, when they stuck true, chef's fucking kiss. So,
and I think the ending is just freaking like amazing.
It's great.
Like absolutely beautiful.
It's great. So yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay, Attack on Titan.
Ooh.
I mean, we're definitely talking up in these three for sure.
Man, I mean, I need to see it stick the landing before Double S. Right now, we're recording this before the second half of the last season is out in anime. Oh boy. It's gotta be.
I'm fine with S.
It's gotta be S, right? Yeah.
I'm fine with S or nah. It's gotta be S. I mean, season 3 was so good that I think it already surpasses shows like these
Easily.
two. The question is really, you know, if season 4 is just like god awful, or the second part of it or whatever it is, we'll just have to see. But it's at least.
If you notice, the line between S and double S seem to be, does it stand the test of time? Look at all the double S's, right? They've been here for so long, and they still hold. I don't know if we haven't yet to see Attack on Titan finish and then give it 5 years. And are people still watching, talking about it, stuff like that? So for now, S, in for it.
I think, just to go back quick, like Code Geass, I watched it so long ago that's definitely hurting it too.
I'd have to revisit it. But again,
whereas I've rewatched all of well, not this one obviously, but I've watched these two multiple times.
Okay.
So
okay. All right.
One Punch Man. What are you thinking?
Very A.
Yeah, I think that's
Here's my
fair.
reasoning. It really, as far as Gateway goes, more friends of mine than not started their anime journeys with One Punch Man because of how accessible it is. The first season is legendary in action anime. Madhouse absolutely crushed the shit out of that. Or was it? No, it was Madhouse. But I've said ad nauseum my season 2 thoughts, but they pivoted away from the novelty, and now they're starting to grow something bigger. So I don't know if it has the chops to be S, but it's so synonymous with anime stuff right now that it's nothing less than an A. It can't be.
I mean, I can make a case for B for sure.
Interesting.
But we'll leave it at A. I mean, I'm just saying, compared to these things,
oh,
right?
yeah, hell no.
Like, it's starting to, like, I mean, we put Full Metal Alchemist as a B, so that can't be too far off that.
I guess that's fair, but I think it lives in A just for on-screen showings, novelty, and there's some good human elements to it somewhere.
Okay, so Gintama, thoughts?
Have you watched it?
Have you seen it? I have
No.
not.
Put it in.
So Patbot loves this show.
He swears by
he's
this
gonna
one.
probably be ticked.
Yeah.
He's gonna be ticked, but you know, it is what it is.
Patbot,
boys.
get in the Discord, which you can come in for $1 and up on our Patreon, by the way. Shameless plugs all day. But Patbot, I want to hear You watch this and tell us what you think amongst these where it should live. We'll go with that.
Yeah, maybe next time you can join the tier list. Hey, so no game, no life thoughts.
Ooh, this one's tough because it had like a brilliant like one season flashbang, and it was like mind-poppingly colorful and beautiful and refined, but there's just I don't know if there's enough to put it as A. Ooh.
See, I actually think but it's between B or C, and
I still think it's B.
I could put it C just because it's like this weird brother-sister love thing.
Yeah, and it's also a lot of Ichi, but I think it was like the first show that made me, you know what? I evolved as an anime weeb fan. I'm okay with Ichi, and No Game No Life did that for me. So I could see it in B, but I know the case for C makes sense. There's not enough of it for it to go any higher than B for sure. But there's a reason why everyone and their grandma clamors on the internet for a season 2. So there's something to it. I see it. B stands for me.
I feel like the gambling aspect at minimum should get it a B, so we'll stick it there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Unfortunately, Sword Art
Now
Online.
this one's rough, man, because we talked about it on the podcast, and like so many people, it's polarizing. Either you have SAO stans or SAO haters, and I don't really see a lot of people like So I see it as but we talked about it.
I think it's a solid C.
I think it's a solid C. And I think solely because that first season was so great, and then they just wrung that towel dry with content, right? And that really kind of bugs me because it could have been really good standalone, but I cannot deny it's kind of everyone's entryway into isekai as a concept. So, yeah.
Fair. All right, Haikyuu, double S for me. What about you?
I'm gonna say S.
Really?
I'm gonna say S. Ooh, I know it's spicy. I gotta take a bite, but here's why. Again,
I don't even see how you could possibly say that. But all right.
I only say that
5 seasons of absolute platinum.
Fuck, you're right. And you know what? Fine, double S. And here's my case for why. There was a actual real-world effect. You saw a spike in Japanese middle and high school boy involvement because of that manga and anime. There's trackable data in the real world because of the series. And for that, I got to give it a double S. We like numbers here in the lab. Got to do it. Got to do it. Got to do it.
All right, Parasite.
Ooh. You've seen that. Yeah. I put this as a solid A. I think it's not for everyone, but I think it's very refined for this very mature seinen sci-fi kind of thing. I put it solid A. I need to go back and watch it. God, I love that show. Where would you put it?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. It was a great show for sure. It's definitely something I haven't watched in 7-8 years, whenever it was. Maybe, how long ago do you think that was? 10 years maybe already?
It's pushing it, dude. I mean, I think it came... I remember watching a little bit on Toonami like 5 years ago, so that means probably 4 years prior. Yeah, we're pushing 8 or 9 years. But I say...
I'll leave it as an A, but I suspect it'll fall.
Me too. And here's the thing why. It's my go-to example of, cartoons are for kids, and, I don't watch animated shit. Yeah, go watch this show, and you get back to me. Tell me what. Yeah.
Right.
So, A, it's solid all around. No one has much bad things to say about it, but we'll see.
All right, you've got Steins Gate now.
Double S, baby. Double S.
Really?
Oh, it's one of my favorite anime of all time. If I had to be objective, I'm going S.
See, I enjoyed it. It's definitely not one of my favorite of all time. So if I have to plummet you back down to earth, I'll put it in S.
Okay, and we can put it down if we see it kind of shake down that way. But you got to understand, man, it's like number 2 or 3 on Mal, and there's not an accident for that, right? It's very purpose driven. So
right.
I love it. It's an incredibly refined and down to earth story for as wacky and fucky as the mechanics are. Very human story. So
right.
I like it.
All right, My Hero Academia. This is the most B tier anime I've ever seen.
Really? And again, we set it up top. People were already. I'm taking another hot bite because this is the creme de la creme. We're separating within razor edges here. So yeah, you know what?
Right.
Man, I want to say A so bad, but I understand.
I mean, I think it's gonna do a lot for the anime community as far as bringing younger kids into it.
You know
But
what?
I just don't think it's perfect so far. Like, it's got a lot of
Can I
issues.
make a trade deal with you then?
It depends. It might be terrible.
Parasite goes to B, My Hero goes to A. Because I've never seen a Full Metal Alchemist costume, but I've saw last Halloween nearly double-digit My Hero Academia costumes, and that alone gets it an A. Because
your trade is acceptable.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What we got next?
All right, how about this is Super.
Ooh, because I see more than one. I'll see all the iterations of Dragon Ball on there. So
yeah, there's Dragon Ball and Z on here as well.
Shit, man. I gotta say, kind of B. I think it's B.
It's B or C, I would say.
What's your case for C? I guess.
I mean, it's just really one season, and it's like
4 arcs, dude.
Yeah, but it's a lot of like, I don't know, like super Deus Ex Machina type shit. Like, I mean, Ultra Instinct came out of nowhere. Jiren's just like absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. It was just like, it wasn't as fun as like old school Dragon Ball Z was for me.
Yeah.
It was still fun to watch, and I love I love the characters, I love the show, but I mean, amongst these ones,
it's not going to A. I think B.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, to me, it feels more like a Pokemon nostalgia factor than like, I could put it in B.
And here's the reason why. I remember during Tournament of Power, when I was watching with my old roommates, we watched YouTube videos of people in like other countries having outside public watch parties. And when Ultra Instincts and shit went on, I never seen a crowd go more wild than I saw like esports and real sports. I saw them go absolutely banana sauce. So I'm not sure many anime have that kind of pull. So
yeah, but like, how much is that nostalgia? I mean, we'll get there for sure, because there's lots of nostalgia bait on here.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. All right, whatever Promised Neverland's Japanese name is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if this was just season 1, this would be double S for me. But I think, unfortunately, considering it's not super long of a show.
Did you finish season 2 yet?
And I did not.
It's B at best, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is it's fighting against its double S like first
right.
season.
But in the same way Dragon Ball is such a mainstay, Promised Neverland season 1 was so explosively captivating that I don't know. I don't know if I can drop it down. Like, compare the first season of Pokemon and the first season of Promised Neverland. Come on.
Right.
But yeah, I've seen season 2. I have thoughts. We'll do an episode. Leave it at that. B's pretty good, all things considered.
Sailor Moon.
Whoo! Oh, buddy. It's not my genre, but I understand what it is. I gotta go with like A tier minimum, not double S. But
have you watched?
I have, and I used to go and watch it because I had to get dropped off early for piano as a kid, and the daughter would watch it in the basement, and I'm like, I was very light in anime. I'm like, can I watch Sailor Moon with you while I wait? And she's like, hell yeah. And we watched it together, and I watched like a good chunk of Sailor Moon. It's kind of lit. Like, I know it's for chicks, but kind of lit. I'd say it's probably round A. Everyone and their grandma knows Sailor Moon.
So I watched it with my little sister, but I can't really remember too much.
Right.
I just remember there's the mask guy. There's this black cat that always chills with them.
Luna, that's the name of our cat.
They're naked every episode.
A tier, baby.
All right, whatever.
You gotta think, we're in staying power territory, right? What stayed stronger than Sailor Moon?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a worldwide phenomenon,
exactly,
right? So. All right, Cowboy Bebop.
Oh shit, I think that's gotta be double S, dude. Yeah,
really?
I mean, God, I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. It's so good. It's, if no less than S, like, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's S or double S for sure. The question that I mean, amongst these types of shows, like, is it that much better than Code Geass?
Yes.
Is it that much better than Steins Gate and Attack on Titan?
You got to think of universal appeal. I know people don't watch anime. I would never suggest Steins Gate. I'd always suggest Cowboy Bebop. Same way we did Death Note.
I mean, this is it's definitely an OG.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It is a godfather of the
best
space,
dub I've ever seen.
fuck it. We'll keep it double S. All right, Devilman Crybaby. We both have seen this, but I just don't even want to comment.
I remember all the beats.
Up to you.
I'm gonna give it B. I mean, for what it was, it actually, for me, it represents kind of Netflix's first foray into really saying, all right, we're into anime space. And they dropped that bomb. I'm like, okay, I see you.
I'll let you put it there, but I don't think it holds a candle to these 3 at all. Maybe even these 5. Maybe we'll talk about this later.
You know what? I see the pitch for C because it's only 12 eps. And it's a remake of a really shitty version of it before. I could see C. I'll bite with C. We got to get a little bit of distribution here.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so different than these 2 shows, but it's got to be in this kind of realm, in my opinion.
Sure.
All right, Naruto Shippuden.
Ooh. I mean, would it not be S? I mean, it's better.
For me,
yeah,
it's
got to be S because it's better. I'm thinking like better than My Hero.
I wanted to hear what you were gonna say.
It's got to be S.
And then I was gonna tell you I'm going S no matter what.
It really goofed on the ending, but all things considered, it is the big 3 after all.
Right. All right, Dragon Ball.
Oh wow, I haven't seen the full thing since I was a wee babe.
Okay, now this is really tough because it's really like. I mean, it really is a grandfather, like, to all of these shows, frankly. And it's pretty good. It's not as entertaining as Dragon Ball Z was, like, for young kids, in my opinion.
Sure.
But I would almost put it, like... I mean, I hate myself for saying this, but, like, a C or a B.
No. I won't allow it. I know it's better than that. It's like
I mean, you haven't watched it.
Fuck. All right. You put C. I do not endorse that pick.
I'll put a B. I don't care. I think it's easily either of those.
I would have said A, but it's fine. I want the world to know. That's all that matters.
Nobody cares because you haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Double S.
I was gonna say A because I mean I remember all the good bits, but okay.
Fairy Tail.
Also B. Maybe even C. I don't know. I don't know.
So I definitely have watched more of it, and I definitely like it more. But since I'm pretty good at being objective, I'd put it at C.
Yeah.
But I think it is criminally underrated. But amongst all these other bangers, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, and I think part of it, too, is like it epitomizes shonen tropes kind of at the moment of regurgitation, not refinement. It's power of friendship times a bajillion. So, I don't know. Again, cream of the crop, splitting hairs here, but it kind of lives in that world for me.
I mean, if it's me, like, alone doing this, I probably, and like, not objective, I'd probably easily put it A tier. I genuinely love Fairy Tail. I think it's, like, actually great.
Okay.
But I think, like, objectively, you can't beat shows like this stuff.
No.
I mean, I think it's probably on this tier, to be honest, with 500 episodes or whatever it's got.
That's fair.
I'll leave it where it's at for now. All right, Evangelion. I have a very negative opinion on Evangelion, but you tell me where you want to put it.
Man, yeah, I almost, and we're going to get lambasted for it, but I put it B highest. Like B, like it's like middle of the road of these because it's like it's a mainstay, but it feels up its own ass for everything else. Anime is supposed to be kind of fun, and Evangelion is just a story of pain and misery.
It doesn't have to be fun, but I don't even think they do the pain and misery well. I just think the guy thought he was so high art, and I just don't think he understands humans at all. And it really, really bothered me. Like, none of the characters did anything like reasonable. And he also, Shinji didn't get to bang his hot like military guardian chick. So like, what's the point?
Oh shit! I can settle on C, but I think in this list it's probably a B because it's like it's a name that is so
that's crazy.
It's a name so synonymous. But I can see C. Like, I can see C. I'd be okay with C.
I think it's potentially one of the most overrated shows of all time. I think it's great for what it was, right? And I know that it did something for anime, right? But I thought the actual show and the plot was like pretty terrible. I would almost put it at trash, to be honest.
Wow. Amongst
these,
those?
amongst
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
All right, Black Clover. I love it, but I've got, brains, so it's going to be tough.
I want to say B because I don't think it did terribly much new, but I had a better time with it than anything I saw in C. Well, I'm looking at A.
I'm thinking it's an A, to be honest with you.
I'm looking at A, and it feels right in A for now.
And caveat, you have to get past the first 30
That's
episodes.
why I'm saying B, because it's like this weird gate.
No, it's A. Fuck it.
Oh, God.
All right, Nanatsu no Taisai.
Trash.
7 Deadly
Trash.
Sins. Okay, cool. Yeah, so first 2 seasons I thought were pretty great, and then it just went absolutely off a cliff.
And what hurts me, too, is we're doing an anime one. Well, it says manga and anime, but we're an anime podcast, so, we got to do ourselves justice. When we're looking at the anime, it's like, all right, pretty good game going, and crank to the nines all the way down. And we've watched people like Nuxtaku talk about the lore, and it is quite brilliant, the lore, and they really kind of fucked it up.
Yeah, pretty bad. Okay, so Hajime. I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it in a long time, nor did I finish it. Got to go and haven't watched enough.
It's literally like 500 episodes or something, so... Okay, this is an interesting one. So Kuroko no Basket, you finished it. I didn't finish it because we were supposed to be paused, but we didn't. So to me, I genuinely loved the show. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
So I would put it probably at A tier just because I don't think it's not like this good, but it's this good probably, I would say
it's B. Because I had just as good of a time with that as I did with Super. It didn't.
I definitely enjoyed this more than Super.
It got really stale, really cool. Not stale. It just it rode the coattails in the later bit, and it's like it had a really good game going, and then it just kind of peter out. But
I guess you don't like the God Eye or whatever.
The zone. Eye. Oh yeah, the God Eye. It was fun. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. But A up, it's got to stick hard in my brain. Oh, here we are.
Yeah, Bleach.
S tier. I don't know about double S, but I think it's S.
So I have a genuine problem putting either of these two that much farther below One Piece, frankly. But even so, between these two, this is so much closer for different reasons.
Fair. I can agree with that. Like I said, S and double S are splitting molecular sized hairs at this point. Yeah,
100%.
I don't know.
So this is tough for me, but it gets harder when you bring up this later on.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, Jojo. This is the first season one, but let's
say all of it. I'd put it at A. It is so wild and out there, and I never had a bad time with JoJo. And it does more than I think anything. B for me is good time, memorable, or out.
Yeah, that's fair.
A is memorable, but also it left an impact, a impact in the anime community. So gotta be A for me.
Yeah, it's a wild and crazy show for sure. It's hard to say it's the best show ever. It only gets there's certain parts that are straight up not interesting for 12 episodes or something.
Yeah.
But the long standing impact that it's provided, I think you got to put it up here. And if nothing else, it's a good.
But
meme.
I can tell you more. I'm more excited for Stone Ocean season 6 than I am for Promised Neverland season 3. So that's what it does for me. Kind of stuff like that.
Okay, fair. All right, now this is Tokyo Ghoul. I absolutely love Tokyo Ghoul, but you, I know, did not like it as much as me.
I'd put it B. I think it rides its edge a little too hard. You tell me what you think. I think B is where it should live.
Well, so I think actually if it was just one season, I'd put it in B or A. But since it's like the other seasons too,
Yeah.
I almost think it's like C.
I can live with C. Like I said, like I'm trying to keep subjectivity out of it, but season 1.
Well, it's also hard to say it's like better than Evangelion.
Yeah. I don't know. And maybe we're being too objective about Evangelion, but I'd love to do an episode on that because we need to dive into that further. So, what we got right here?
This is Rurouni Kenshin.
I
actually did not enjoy it. I watched like probably 50 episodes, but I mean it's pretty long, so I could put it in haven't watched.
I'm gonna put it in haven't watched enough, and I know it's gonna be kind of criminal. So
Okay.
like I do need to go back and watch it. It's one of those long time classics considered.
I think it's one of the most boring fucking shows I've ever watched. It's so boring.
Okay, I haven't seen enough to know. So
all right, original Naruto.
This is kind of the one that I think it. I don't know if it's Shippuden, but I think it did a lot of good shit. I'm gonna call it A. I have a reason for that. Maybe B. I'm torn.
I'm good with A because I think it really does match up pretty well with MHA. Whoops.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? Remember when ninja used to be ninja? Like when someone learning how to run up a wall or like learning how to do a basic jutsu felt fun and huge, right?
Right.
And then if you can't pull off a Rasengan, what are you even doing here, buddy? If you don't have ocular jutsu, what are you even doing here? So, I like A. So
as you can tell, I jacked up the screen.
They would never would have known.
I accidentally clicked reset.
They never would have known. They never would have known. Oh.
Well, I just didn't want it to look like something teleported because I think I actually moved this down inadvertently. But
sure.
It is what it is.
It's time. The easiest pick of the day. That's double S for me, man. Oh wait, hold on, back up. We already did Naruto.
What do we do?
We did A.
Fair.
So it's time.
I can't do this S though.
What?
Or I can't do this double S.
Are you kidding me?
It's not better than Bleach. That's crazy.
It's better than Bleach.
That is absolutely
It's better than
crazy.
Bleach.
That is fucking
It is
nuts.
way more refined than Bleach. There is no dispute. It is double S. In my head, at least.
I'll let you do that, but this is like absolutely a disgrace.
How is that even possible, dude? Hunter x Hunter is in Tagashi, by the way. I remembered his name.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like everything that he refined from an A to an absolute point. It's perfect in my head. I don't know.
Fair enough. Do whatever you got to do.
Okay.
All right, Dragon Ball Z. Nostalgia, S. Realistically, probably a C.
Wow. You're going to put it lower than Super? It's no less than an A for me. I think it's A.
I've watched it probably like 8 times. So
right. Like I think it's better than Super objectively.
Okay. Well, I don't think Super could even be a B, but you wanted it.
I guess
there,
that's fair.
So.
Yeah, like I said, we'll do some pruning.
All right, I'm good with that.
We'll do some pruning.
Berserk 2016.
Oh, it's trash. It's trash. I've seen the CGI. I'm sorry, it's trash. And
all right, Boruto.
I know I'm watching it currently. It's trash.
I know you haven't watched Your Lie in April, right?
Yeah. I haven't watched that yet.
All right, and now 1999 Hunter x Hunter.
I actually haven't watched that. Are you watching the Totally Not Mark stuff right now about that?
No.
He's kind of reviewing them side by side because he's reading the manga and he kind of looks at both adaptations. I'm going to put it in haven't watched enough. I've never seen the 99 version. I think it might be important to go back and try, but 2011, just great. Yu-Gi-Oh's an interesting.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh for the last one. This is interesting.
I think it's got to live where Pokemon lives, right?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think it's a little bit more, there's more edge to Yu-Gi-Oh, especially the show.
For sure. But again, who's it built for, right?
Like it almost fits in like the seinen kind of lane, funnily enough.
It really does. And what's funny is it's like it's the first 4 seasons, right? It's all the Yugi stuff. It's not the GX and onward, right? That's what we're going with, at least.
I mean, that's tough, right? We did that for Jojo.
Yeah, though when you say Jojo, you kind of mean Jojo. People will ask like Yu-Gi-Oh, oh Yu-Gi-Oh GX, Yu-Gi-Oh this, Yu-Gi-Oh that. Okay, then if you were to put it forward, it can't live anywhere else besides C, I guess. Even with the new stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it's
So looking at this list, I want to move this to B because I actually think it was B originally.
Okay.
Before we teleported.
We did. I think I remember that being there. Zooey. You made such a fuss over Hunter x Hunter, and I guess I'm trying to be as objective as possible, but
I think it is double S, but I also think both of these probably are too, if that is.
Yeah, but on what basis? I guess is it mainstay power? Is it accessibility? I don't know.
Like literally everything. I think both of these shows are phenomenal.
Well, okay, how's this? I would make the case for Bleach being double S. I don't know if I can make the same for Shippuden.
Just because of the ending?
It really doesn't stick it, buddy. It does not stick it well. And to the point where, and honestly, the power creep is a little weird. We always had the justification for power creep with Bleach, and and the second it goes too high, it's a little brilliant how he de-escalates it and makes it much more human in the Fullbring arc. With Shippuden, it just goes exponential until there's no curve, right? I can see Bleach being double S. I don't know if I could personally see Naruto being double S, personally.
I'll leave it like this.
Okay.
I mean, there's something like super incongruent about these two lanes.
Like I said, Razor's Edge. I mean, then what's the deciding factor? Put all those.
I don't know.
Put all those in a pool.
That's where we're at, right? We don't know. Other than that, though, I think this is solid.
I think I'm okay with the rest of this list. I gotta put a little bit of my cojones out there and be cool with Dragon Ball as B tier, because I know there are stands out there that'll be like, you don't fucking know, Toriyama's writing and it's brilliance, blah blah blah. But like,
wow,
I know, whatever.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, only thing I can maybe justify moving is maybe.
I mean, look, I think if we watch these things in the year they came out, our opinions of them would be significantly different. But yeah. I watched Dragon Ball when I was 13 or something like that,
yeah.
Right? Like in 2000 something.
Right.
Or I watched Evangelion when I was like 22 years old. Like, come on, man.
Right. So I guess there's no way to escape a little bit of subjectivity. I'm cool with the list as is. 100%. I'm cool with the list as is.
Yeah, this is solid.
Yep. All right. That's our list. Get in the comments and tell us why we're wrong. These lists always do that, right? Like, fuck it. It doesn't matter if we made the most perfect, meticulous list of all time. There's something will be wrong. Tell us why we're wrong, and we'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, and realize this is for fun, guys. I'm not like out here trying to shit on your fucking favorite animes, but if we did, too bad.
That's fair. But let us know in the comments what you think about the list. And if you have a good argument, we might reply and we'll have a conversation about it. But yeah, thank you for coming to class. All of our links are in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see this kind of stuff early, come over to the Patreon and join the lovely students over there. You can get in the Discord and all the fun stuff over there. And yeah, I got nothing else. I got to go finish a bunch of the spicy ramen. I'm feeling the burn of our hot takes. But until
I'm sure the comment section will feel them later.
Yeah, no kidding. But until we all feel the burn together, like one cohesive classroom, I'm Ricky.
And
this
Ethan.
Has been Weebology. Deuces.
Deuces.